Hi, this is Lakhi Singh, the property fixer, here to fix you and help you grow your property and your business affairs to the next level. So if you're looking for knowledge and insights about how to get involved in property, solve your problems about scalability in your property business, then do watch our 20-minute clips. We've taken them from hundreds and, thousands of videos that we've taken over the last 6 months, and we've broken them into simple chunks which can make them useful for you. So do watch and do subscribe to our YouTube channel underneath as well.
Main contractor, somebody who can develop your properties for you, or even a small refurb team. All these things are actually critical to your success, and obviously the stronger they are and the more experience you've had with them, more likely you're going to succeed.
Okay, good shout out from Ninder Singh Johal this morning, giving a shout out to everyone, and Julie Ford as well, both of them giving a shout out, just joined us, watching us now. Okay, so Mary, what do you have to say to that? MC Fem, what do you say to that?
Well, currently, obviously, property is crazy at the moment. Getting hold of contractors, architects, I don't know, brokers, but it's just mad, really. So it's tough to as we know, property's busy anyway, but I find it extremely crazy at the minute, obviously, because we've had such a massive amount of sales happening and residential, and so the trades especially are very, very stretched at the moment. I did a project in Dublin which finished in October, and part of the project we had to pay double the amount for trades, double the price to get them in. So I think it's challenging. I think the property market will continue to be very busy. I think, absolutely. You need your power team. It's just being able to hold on to them.
Yeah, I think you're right, Mary. I think MC Fem's got a point there. It's all right saying a power team. It's all right being in the city, Lucky, and having money to keep people on a retainer. But for small and medium-sized businesses, unless you don't have a continual supply of business, it's very difficult to have a power team, because none of these individuals, by the nature of the way they work, are really your team unless they don't have a reason to be engaged with you all the time. And I think it's very difficult to keep people from third-party services like a law firm, or like an estate agent, or a surveyor, or a builder, keeping them engaged and giving them a retainer is all well and good. If you can afford it, which is what Lucky I assume you are doing in your business model. But for the average person across the country, keeping these type of people engaged and keeping them in your sight, as it would be, waiting for the ideal project or the property or the deal to come along so that you can use that so-called power team, is a bit difficult. What do you have to say to that, Lucky? How can someone who is a small-time trader or is a medium-sized business, how can they keep the power team focused to be the power team?
So the way to, it's not an easy thing. I think Mary MC Fem is right, because there's a bit of a moving feast. So, but the strategies around that are, we've got local groups now across the whole United Kingdom. So those groups are there to help you to grow your business. So we're happy to actually help you source people if you want. And I'm always happy to share my black books of contacts. And we know some of the best architects UK wide, and the best brokers, surveyors, solicitors, everybody really.
Excellent.
Solutions are wonderful.
Behind the alternative business and property solutions community, Lucky, is that really one of the objectives for you, setting up this selfless group so that people have the opportunity to take advantage of your your many contacts.
That's right. I'm actually surprised how many people aren't coming to us for the amount of support we can give. I'm actually like always open to, if you ask me, say, can you give me the best broker to do this, or can you raise me finance for that? I'm a bit like Father Christmas without the white beard. I think, although BJ sounds more like Father Christmas with the beard.
Right. Okay. So how many people have you had sitting on your lap last year?
I haven't had that experience. Just my own kids, and they were smaller.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mary, MC, Fem, can you see yourself being a bit of a father, Mrs. Xmas, in terms of having people sit on your knee and you giving them advice and services?
You are very funny. No, people don't normally sit on my knee for me to give them advice. But yeah, like Lakhi, you know, I've always got people wanting me to give them advice or help them out. Sometimes probably more on mindset or trying to see their way through a problem. I'm very good at solving other people's problems, and Lakhi's probably very similar. Also, I find when I solve other people's problems, it kind of takes myself away from my own problems. So yeah, I think also there's some great help online, and there's lots of groups, and you can post out and get people supporting you very quickly. It's a very supportive world now. I think it's nice.
Okay, so MC Fem says she doesn't have many people sitting on her knees, at least not usually, looking for advice. But she's quite, are you open for someone to sit on your knee and ask you questions? Or would you rather have the laptop on your knee and they can ask you questions virtually?
Well, I'm probably a bit like you, VJ. I'm very much a face-to-face contact, tactile person. So, you know what, this situation doesn't really suit me. I prefer to be in front of people. But yeah, you know, I try and keep things very professional, and I never let them sit on my knee.
You don't let anybody sit on your knee. Right, okay. Well, obviously, the kissy stick will come in hand because they could be standing 6 foot away from you with their kissy stick, and they could be asking you a question at the same time as giving you a kissy. But we've got Miss Howard coming out, giving a big shout out for you on YouTube. Obviously, she's happy that MC Fem is being interviewed today. One of your fans, I assume, MC, is that right?
Emma Howitt.
Oh, Emma
Howitt. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she's giving a big shout out to you. So obviously she's listening to you intently, trying to pick away at your brain and get some ideas for her business next year. Right, okay, Lakhi Singh.
Emma. She's brilliant.
She's brilliant. Excelente. Part of the Femin team, I think.
Oh, yeah. So, she's total fem power.
Yeah, Femin power. Right, Lakhi Singh, do you have another tip for us? Now, what do you think is going to work as another tip?
Another one is, I think, another tip, which is, I think, MCM's favorite, is that having a personal brand and understanding how you're going to market yourself is very important. Because if you've got something a bit different about you, you've got maybe, you know, like you've got big ears or something, you can call yourself Big Ears Properties or something, and people will remember you. And I think, although I'm joking, you know, these sort of things go a long way in terms of maybe people distinguishing you and realizing that you're something a bit different. So having a bit of a USP and a personal brand and your marketing strategy.
Okay, right, okay. So, right, okay, so what is unique about you, MC Fem? Apart from the fact we've got one listener, we won't give her name, but somebody said they would be quite happy to sit on your knee Femem, Femem, MC, MC, Femem. I'm gonna call it MC, Femem, MC, Fem. So we've got someone who's quite happy to sit on your knee, a listener who's listening intensely, quite happy. She would be quite happy to sit on your knee and take advice from you. So tell me, what is unique about you, and what have you got that's extra long or wide, or you know, something that's unique about you that you're going to use to market
You're
out?
making me laugh so much.
Am I? That's
What's
my
unique about me? Okay.
What have you got that's extra long, like he says, or extra wide, or tall, or short, or fat, or small, or extra that you could use as your brand? Is there something?
Well, I got to talk about other people's brands though, because obviously it's about. Okay. It's easy for me because I suppose I'm quite an outgoing. I have an introvert side, but I'm quite extrovert. So
you have a what? You say you have an introvert what?
So we want to speak about people who find it difficult to brand themselves. Yeah. Now I think your brand should come from your values, and I think you need to translate them into your business, and then there's a synergy. There's no point in having a brand that doesn't really represent you. Yeah. So what is it in your business that you're really passionate about or you really believe in? It might be, I don't know, it might be something like providing good quality furniture for the rooms you provide. It might be state-of-the-art design. It might be you have a niche area and you really support local business. So that's kind of how you start building a brand. And once you start talking about what you're passionate about, you forget yourself. A lot of people find it hard to brand because they feel they need to be talking about themselves.
Okay, let's take the example of a big company then. Looking at that, we've got Coke. Let's suppose I find rotting people's teeth something that I enjoy doing. As Coke, am I going to tell people, drink my product so your teeth rot? Or am I going to make it look like the Coke bottle is the best thing you've got? It's going to be something that's going to bring up your energy level. It's going to make you feel better. What do you say to that, Lakhi Singh? Do I tell people I'm here to rot your teeth? Or do I make that brand look better? Do I look at brands from a personal value perspective, or is brand more about the demand in the market? Which way do you look at it? You're a corporate man, a man who looks at things very clinically. You don't see more to read.
That's quite
emotional man.
That's quite a tough question.
Yes.
How come I get the difficult ones and MC Fem doesn't have that question?
You're the mover and the shaker of the city. You're the man. You're the strategist. You're the shaker, the maker, the quaker, the raker, the taker, the staker.
Okay, it's quite simple. I think I agree with the point that MC Fem's making, which is that you really got to go with your values. But a lot of organizations out there, especially corporate ones, the big pharma companies, they will sell you anything. Doesn't really, I mean, for example, McDonald's, the food's not really good for you, but they're using things like whatever the tune is, like loving it. So they're using.
You.
Sorry?
Lucky. That's like saying there's no Father Christmas.
Okay, yeah, very funny. So basically, I think what you've got to do is you've got to be clear about what you're setting out to do. But most of what you're doing is about marketing. So if you can have it about your values and you've got a really good product, that's easy then. But if you've got things which are a little bit out there, then you've got to find a clever way of actually positioning yourself. So, for example,
I think MC Fem's got a good point. See, she's got a very good point. I think it's a point that goes a long way in keeping to the heart of your values and trying to remember who you are. I think she's right. When companies grow and organizations grow, they lose sense of their origin. But is that not the nature of the corporate world of commerce, Femem? MC Femem, is that not the nature of corporation and corporate world of commerce? It's all about the money. Can you really keep to some value without losing yourself when the numbers and the digits start racking up and you start finding those large sums hitting your account? Are you really going to be looking at your core values, or are you going to be looking at what people buy? Is it not all about what people want, or is it what you want to sell them? Which way around is it?
Well, we know because we look at the biggest companies in the world right now. Like, a lot of them are online companies, aren't they? Facebook, Google, Amazon, Apple. They're all about people. So they have put that at the center of their businesses. They're the growing businesses. Look at the businesses that are growing right now. And it's all about the individual. Fulfilling the individual needs is absolutely paramount, and that's what's happening. More so than ever.
Okay, so you give the example. So the example you're giving is Apple.
Yeah, energy companies. It's different.
Okay, the example you're giving is Apple, right? And you're saying Apple is about the individual. So are you saying Apple caters for the individual needs? Is that right?
Of course they do, yeah.
Okay. And are you saying that is where the growth sector is, catering for individual needs?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But to be able to deliver that on a large scale is obviously, yeah, I think more than ever, every business is more into the individual. Their customer. Yeah.
The customer. Right. Okay. Let you see. Okay. Let's take that from MC Femem. What do you say? Is it about the individual or is it about the mass? Because can corporates really drill down into individuals?
I think the more closely you can meet individual needs, which I think what MCMFM is saying, which is that the more likely is that you're going to be able to hit on the demand. So if everybody likes to drink a breakfast in the morning, but they want it, if you've got an understanding of what specifically they want, do they like cornflakes? Do they like Rice Krispies? Do they like porridge? If 90% of the people are having porridge, and you understand that, you can cater for their individual needs by creating a porridge that's actually more tailored to their needs because it's extra healthy, gluten-free, and it's you've got the ingredients already pre-packed by putting honey in it or something, or what people normally have. So the more you can tailor things to individual needs, more likely is that you're going to be able to hit upon a sale. So the point almost sounds a bit counterintuitive, but that's actually what you want to achieve. You want to try and hit something that's a tailored need, but it hits the masses at the same time. So if 90% of the people were porridge eaters with honey in the porridge, and they needed a certain dose every morning, and you can actually pack it off the shelf, and it caters for the masses, and job well done.
Okay, that makes sense. There's some reasoning in that. Okay, MC Femem, give us your last tip, because we're running at the last 2 minutes of the show. Give us your next important tip for 21. What else should people be looking out for to do to make their business successful?
Well, it's online, isn't it? You've got to have an online presence.
Online presence. Okay.
Yeah, across your business, really.
Okay. When you're saying online presence, are you excluding any business, or are you saying all businesses?
Well, all businesses. Obviously, everything's being run online right now. So yeah, obviously in your social media, be it an individual or a business, yeah, it's all got to hang together. You've got to have the front of you now. Your shop obviously is online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take that as a tip. So, Lakhi Singh, your last 30 seconds, please. Can you have everything hanging together?
Yeah, you can. You just need to make sure that everything is planned out properly and hangs well together. You're right.
Okay.
Okay, I've got one last tip, which is that networking is critical, but I love the one about online, actually. I think I missed that one. So that off my list. I actually didn't have that one. I think being online is a really good one. I think also being able to network. Obviously, it's very difficult to network if you're not online now, unless you've got a very big WhatsApp group and you're ringing people left, right, and center. So I think networking is also critical.
Networking and online. We have to cut off there, Lakhi Singh, unfortunately. It's giving me water in my mouth, so we've got lots of things to talk about tomorrow. We will continue with this topic. MC Femim, I'm not sure. Are you going to be available for us tomorrow? This seems like an interesting debate in how to become successful. You've actually given Lakhi Singh, the fixer, a point today. That's a bit of an achievement, I would say, giving such a successful person something to think about. So, not only about being online and hanging things together, the point is your presence and being importantly so, the MC Femem. Would you like to appear tomorrow with us? Because I'll make sure we continue this discussion tomorrow with you. Can you give us your last point for today?
Yeah, that's up to Lakhi. If he wants to be here tomorrow, I can be here.
We want you. The audience wants you. People want you. Here's a love heart from me to you for you to be on tomorrow. So we'll see everyone tomorrow. The Lakhi Singh drive time 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Please remember on Friday we're going to have a 1 minute silence for all those people that have passed away in 20 due to COVID and also naturally as well. Just to remember those people who are no longer with us. I think everybody around them is getting a feeling or touching illness or bad health or you know, the heartache of losing someone this year. And like MC Femem just said, he's been away from dad on this Christmas. Probably a sad time, probably difficult. But she's a strong young lady. Got her head up and smiling and laughing, making us laugh as well. So hopefully we should see both of you tomorrow. Drive time 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Lakhi Singh, the property fixer and the alternative business and properties community.